Hey Theatricals, Emily Stamets here, coach for Theatrical Women Plus in Theater. That is super redundant, but I'm gonna go with it. So today what I'm thinking about is the importance of having goals. And I like to think of them as an opening night. So when we get cast in a show, right? We audition, we do things, we send in our resumes and portfolios, and we get selected to be in a show. And then we've got this opening night on our calendar that is like so exciting, and everyone's like counting down, and you get excited, and you get maybe a little bit nervous about Tech Week. All sorts of exciting things happen, right? Right. It keeps you motivated, right? It's like you're like, oh shoot, like opening night is in 3 weeks. I really better make sure I nail down that scene, or I better make sure that this costume's ready to go, or I need to like mock up this puppet to make sure that it works the way I think it's gonna work. It gets us moving, it gets us excited, gives us something to talk about, to tell our friends about, to be really like high vibe about, right? Which is what keeps us moving. When we don't have an opening night, or we don't have a staged reading, or anything else that might be part of the production process on the calendar, it's so easy to just sit on our butts and be like, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, or I'll worry about it when it becomes a problem. Same with our lives. It's so important to have an opening night on the calendar for your life. And I don't mean opening night like it has to be a show, but opening night in the metaphorical sense, where we need a reason to be driving forward. We need something to be excited about. We need something to stay high vibe about. We need something to kind of get our stress hormones going a little bit. And I mean that in the positive sense of stress hormones, right? We want to get our get our emotions going, right? That's so important. This is all kind of sparked by a conversation I was having with a podcast guest, Alana Clapp. She has been stage managing and production stage managing for Cirque du Soleil for about 10 years now. And she said that the personal challenge she's facing right now is figuring out what the next goal is. She was like, this is it. Like, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to stage manage for Cirque du Soleil. And I've checked off every goal that was on my list between where I started and where I am now. And now I don't know what to do. Right now it's sort of just like, she's like, it would be so easy to stay here and just stay cozy and comfy with exactly where I'm at. And I realized in the course of that conversation that I was in a very similar place. My last goal was launching the podcast, Find Your Light Podcast. Highly recommend it. It's fantastic. But I launched it. We're going into episode, oh my God, I think episode 7 is going up next week. And then I didn't have the next thing lined up. I didn't know, once I got the podcast launched and I kind of like got the rhythm of it into my schedule and into my bones, I wasn't sure. I didn't have any idea what to do again, right? What I do after the podcast. Which meant that the last few weeks I've just sort of been like, like the Swedish Chef, right? Like setting shit on fire, like doing random stuff, making a complete mess of my life, basically. Not completely, but just not really doing much of use, not doing anything that was really moving me forward or moving my community forward or doing any of the things that I say my life is about, right? So this conversation with Alana just helped me to see that, oh yeah, the reason I've been so unmotivated is because I have nothing to be motivated about. So I wanted to just share that because I think that if I'm in this space, other people are probably in this space as well, where you've just done something big, or maybe you did something big and you accomplished it a few months ago or a few years ago, and you haven't quite decided what the next thing is. You've settled into the rhythm of this thing, and you don't really know what it is that's coming next. So I invite you to do what I'm doing, which is I'm going through a goal setting process. My first step this morning was simply to get my ass out of bed, right, at like a reasonable time, drink my water, make my tea, and do my morning pages journal. I didn't specifically sit down and set goals today, because that's not actually the first step of the process for me. What I find is if I sit down and if I've been in the space where I've been just sort of like sort of vague and unmotivated, if I sit down and try to set goals from that place, my goals are weird. My goals are unaligned for me. They're based on factors that I feel like I should be concerned about, but I'm not actually motivated by. They're like too small and easy, and so not exciting, or they're too big and they feel impossible, which is also unmotivating for me. So my goals end up weird unless I have taken steps to ground myself, to do what I think of as clearing the pipeline between me and my muse, right? Making sure that there's no like residual junk hanging out between me and the universe. Clear that stuff away first, okay? Because if we try to set goals when we're stressed or not connected to like our higher purpose or whatever you want to call it, to that opening night, we need to really know what that is and be really grounded and that's what I'm looking for. Sincere is coming up, that's not the right word, but really grounded in like sure of where we are and who we are before we try to set goals. Otherwise, your goals end up being the wrong goals. And then you work on them for a while, or maybe you're just like, oh, I'm not at the right things that you're supposed to be working on. So clear it first. First step for me was my morning pages, meditation, my basics, right? Whatever that process is for you, I invite you to do that today, this weekend, starting on Monday. Today is Friday, so Monday would be a great time to start. Do what you need to do to clear out the junk so that's standing between you and your muse, or between you and the universe, or between you and your higher power, whatever word you use, whatever avatar that takes for you. Do the cleaning. Okay, the cleaning is first. And it was just a new moon, so this is like a fantastic time for new beginnings, to start something new. So do what you need to do to clear. My favorite strategies are morning pages. Morning pages always help me, you guys. And they're so simple. It's just take a notebook. And honestly, it doesn't even matter what size the notebook is. That's the magic of it. And you free write 3 pages. The idea is to do them first thing in the morning. But you're not trying to answer a specific question. You're not trying to do anything with it. You're just writing whatever comes up for you. It's really like scrubbing away the scum that floats to the top of the pond and just clearing away whatever is there, okay? And giving that space to come out of you so that you can move through it and past it. Meditating, fantastic. If you are a person of faith, it might be prayer for you. Otherwise, just sitting quietly in silence. There are wonderful guided meditations all over the place that you can plug into, whatever that is for you. But that's very helpful. And I also, of course, really love EFT tapping, which is useful when you're working on something specific, but it also is something you can do as a generalized tool, right? You just sit there and tap on the tapping points and just let whatever comes up come up, okay? Those are my 3 favorites that always help me to like feel so much more grounded and so much more myself, which is the place where we want to set our goals from. You don't want to set your goals from a place of feeling like someone else or living someone else's life or being off center, okay? So that's what I did today. I will be doing other things over the next few days, and I'm going to share about those as well. But I highly recommend that you join me if it's been a while since you've set a new goal, especially if you're feeling the way that I have been and the way that maybe Alana has been, which is sort of like a general sense of like ennui, to be French about it. Just like things are good, right? I'm comfortable. I did the thing, but like also waking up in the morning being like, I don't really remember, like, what am I going to do with my life? Going to your job and just feeling like, I'm just here. Like I'm just, going through the motions. If that's where you're at, it's time to set a new goal. Okay. So first one, clear out the shit that is sitting in your pipeline to make sure that that passageway between you and your inspiration is nice and clear. Okay. Now, really quick, I am accepting private coaching clients again. Now that the podcast is launched and the rhythm of it is down in my life, I'm ready to accept new clients again. If you're interested in that, please email me, hello@emilystamets.com. Right now, I'm accepting 2 different kinds of people, 2 different kinds of goals, lots of kinds of people. But the first one is the person who knows exactly what she wants. Okay, she has, let's see, one of my current clients right now really wanted to get a concert on the books. So we worked on getting her concert up on the books, right? And clearing through all of the emotional whatever that might be standing in her way, making sure she did the steps to get her concert up and produced and going. That, okay? You have a specific goal. You know what you're trying to do. You simply are maybe struggling to know what the specific steps are or to stay accountable and actually do those steps. So that's person 1. Person 2 would be someone who is in this sense of, is like living in this space of ennui, of not being motivated, of listlessness, of feeling like you're not living your own life. And you're not really sure what's coming next. And you kind of but you know it's not, you know that this isn't it, right? Like where you are right now is not it. So you kind of you need the help to make sure that you do the deep digging you need to do to connect with yourself, connect with your inspiration, to make sure that you're choosing the right next step for you that's going to be really aligned and feel really great for you. Okay, so those are the two different issues that I'm working on right now. So email me if you would like to work with me on either of those. hello@emilystamets.com. Happy to talk with you about whatever you've got going on. My packages are all very personalized and very flexible. Yeah, so I want to be able to be like, this is how much it costs and this is how it works. But it really, I actually like custom tailor every package to each specific client, which includes pricing and scheduling and all of that. Okay, so if that's interesting to you, email me. I would love to talk to you about it. Otherwise, until next time, keep your pipes clear and enjoy your show. Bye.